it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show here in the Mothership, which is Studio 22. Chance, the soulless ginger rapper, is at the helm. Puppet Master Mark is still MIA. We do not know his whereabouts. We should put out like a Amber Alert or something. Everybody's phone go off. Missing Tate. We're missing a Tate. You know what?
What?
Don't ever miss a Tate. Candice is the queen of the Ethiopians. Speaking of nothing in particular. Do you take Amber Alerts seriously? I'm coming out of the gate hard hitting with this.
Honestly, no, because every time it goes off on my phone, I'm like, these darn kids. And
These kids, they run off. And what I have found, and you can disagree with me, hard hitting opening, is that usually it's like a dad that ran off with their kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or like a mom that ran off with their kid. And then a parent reported it, and they weren't supposed to have their kid. And so now they're supposedly kidnapped.
Well, they're supposed to be in danger of some type.
Yeah, they're missing,
if they
right?
put an Amber Alert
How
out on
long
them.
does it take, Candace, to be a missing person before they'll report you as a missing person?
Well, if you're over 18 years old, it's 48 hours.
Like
you
a
have
month?
to be. Well, yeah, pretty
You
much.
could just be on the lam. You could be down in Galveston having mimosas.
But then, if you reach a certain age, you get the silver alerts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's true. And these old people apparently disappear a lot more than the kids. I know the human trafficking thing is like a
Where
real
are they going?
deal.
Where are they going?
But where the old people
they
go?
don't
They're
even know.
going. No, they're going to the casino and they get lost on the way.
That is the truth, Steve. That's the deal.
That is.
You old people, stop coming up with plans.
They're like, I'm going to the casino, and
Well,
they do
it's
it. Like, I'm going to be at Cherokee playing the slots with smoking cigarettes that you won't let me smoke because you're asshole kids, and I want to be able to smoke while I have my oxygen in my nose.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
You don't?
Really? I think I'm a big proponent of taking their keys.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that people should hit an age where they just don't drive?
Well, I think that once you hit a certain age, you should have to retake the driving test every
and I test
year or
on that.
two.
My grandfather, my late grandfather, my maternal grandfather, who, God bless him, I miss him every day of my life. He was my dear, dear friend and just loved my grandfather. He's been gone now right at about 20 years. Let's round up a little bit, 20 years. We said that whenever he passed, that his guardian angels breathed a sigh of relief because he gave zero care about what he did in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would just turn, whatever.
Right.
The whole thing. Just it
They'll
doesn't
stop
matter.
for me. It's fine.
Like, let me get in this center lane to turn right.
yeah,
It's the truth,
It's
man.
dangerous.
It's the truth.
that's the way my dad got, and I had to be the one that went and took his keys away from him, and that was
You're
hard.
a
It
horrible
is.
son.
It is hard.
Horrible son.
No.
Let me tell you what'll help you drive. Coffee. Black Rifle Coffee Company is a veteran-owned and operated premium small batch roast-to-order coffee company for people who love America. They import only the finest, highest quality beans from around the world, and they always roast-to-order their coffees for you after you place your order to ensure that you receive the freshest coffee available. Now, they develop their explosive roast profiles with the same mission focus they learned as military members serving this great country. All Black Rifle Coffee Company blends available in whole ground, the beans, you get the little rounds and the whole single serve coffee things that you put in your Keurig or whatever that stuff is. You need to go to blackriflecoffee.com/ what are we watch, Chad? Yeah, blackriflecoffee.com/watch Chad. They're going to keep you moving, especially if you're 107 years old and trying to drive. Go to blackriflecoffee.com/watch Chad. Use code watch Chad. You'll get 20% off your first order, and that includes a coffee club. Join it. They'll deliver it every month. Love y'all. Be right back. Hard hitting! Hey guys, we're back. Let me tell you something. This is some breaking news. Now, obviously, this is Thursday. This is in the evening. We're recording this earlier on a Wednesday. But I know. This is television. It's how we do things. There's breaking news. Apparently, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the world doesn't hate us. They're not laughing at Donald Trump the way that we always say They're laughing at Donald Trump. Oh, we're a laughing stock of the world. No, we're really not. Let's face it, if Germany invaded Belgium or Russia invaded Belgium, who's going to come to their aid, right? We will, right?
Mm-hmm.
France isn't going to. They're not going to. We do it all. So, no, people appreciate a strong America, which was proven when Donald Trump got off the airplane and went to the stadium, the cricket stadium, by the way. Who knew cricket had that big of an audience? 150,000 people in that stadium for cricket? And it's for cricket. Cricket.
Well, some would say in the
It's like
in the
British
country
baseball. What?
in the country of India, that's not that many people.
It is a little overcrowded in the subcontinent of India.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
right.
like
I've been there.
150,000 people.
I've
That's
been
like
there.
that's like 30,000 here,
Yeah.
if that.
Well, they didn't have anywhere else to go. The streets were crowded. But 150,000 people showed up for the Trump deal.
Yeah.
Which is it really, like, if you see it, it was spectacular.
Oh,
the
yeah.
reception there. And Trump was, probably gave the greatest speech India's ever heard. It was fantastic.
perfect.
It was amazing. Like, probably the most perfect speech ever. And listen, man, they don't hate us. Like, they respect Trump. Yeah. We've had people from other countries in here that said, we wish our country had a Trump. They do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that people are going to say, well, Trump is this, he's crass, he's crude and all that. Okay, that's fine. But as I said on a podcast earlier this week, I've been called racist, Nazi, homophobe, misogynist, bigot. I'm glad a barbarian that's a little crude is out there fighting for me. I'm really kind of happy about that. I've said before, well, you don't trust his Christian faith, do you? I don't care about his Christian faith. He protects mine. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And he protects yours, whatever your faith may be, if you're Jewish or Muslim, whatever. And people say, oh, he's got a Muslim ban. Oh, God, please save it. Save it. Save it. That's not true, and you know it. And the whole thing, you see the meme every now and then that says where Trump says, well, if I ever ran for anything, I'd run as a Republican because they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
They're the easy most. He never said that. He never said that.
You mean to tell me a meme on the internet is not true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Candace, for me, like when a debate on the internet takes place, which is like every post I make, somebody's got to get on there. The other day I posted, I said, who's voting for Donald Trump? Last I looked, and this was yesterday, it was like 35,000 reactions.
Wow.
So that's a lot on a Facebook page, right? For me it is.
Yeah.
34,000 just reactions. I don't know what it is today. Probably another 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously that sparked debate. All I asked was who is voting for Donald Trump? We all are. We all are. So are you, those of you watching and listening. Of course you are. You know why? Now, you might not tell anybody. You might not tell anybody that you're voting for Donald Trump, but you are going to vote for Donald Trump. You know why? Because you're living your best life.
It's true.
You're living your best life. Hang on a second while I take a sip of my water.
Well, I want to know really quickly I can't fathom any other world leader that I like enough to go sit in a jam-packed stadium of 150,000 other people just to, you know what I mean?
Xi Jinping?
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one.
I mean, like, who else? You're amazingly right, Sarah.
It's incredible. Well, don't sound too surprised about it.
I'm a little bit.
But, I mean, it's really incredible if you think about...
That was a tremendous profundity.
If you really think about, like, the significance of that.
Yeah.
There's no world leader that I would even think about doing that for, and yet they have the respect for Trump that they're willing to do that.
Can you imagine what Donald Trump could accomplish if he had support? If he truly had support. They loved him until he was president, until there was a chance. You remember when, oh God, who was interviewing Barack Obama? You remember Barry Soetoro? Remember that guy when he was president apparently. He was number 44. And they were doing an interview about, do you think that Donald Trump will ever be president? He's like, well, maybe in a Saturday night comedy skit. What a douchebag. What a douchebag. Barry Soetoro. He was high. You know he was.
He just didn't know. He didn't know the country.
Look, no, he doesn't know the country. He still doesn't know the country. he just bought a $15 million home a few months ago. He doesn't know the country.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Sanders, who is arguing on the debate stage about why he has 3 homes.
To have a winter camp.
Well, I got a winter camp. I
Summer
mean,
camp.
like most Vermont people do.
Who doesn't have a summer camp?
Who doesn't have a summer camp?
Is it a winter camp or a summer camp?
It's a summer camp.
You don't want a winter camp in Vermont.
No, you want to.
I mean, I have a home in D.C. I have a home in Burlington. I got a summer camp. Who doesn't have a summer camp? Everybody's got a camp. You know, that's what he wanted to say.
Do you think Bernie drops F-bombs a lot?
Yeah.
Oh,
You do?
yeah.
Do you?
Oh, I am sure he does.
I would love to hear
He's
it.
a Yankee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yankees cuss like it's nothing.
they do.
Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
It's just a different mentality than in the South.
See, in the South, it like sounds crude to your ears.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, oh my God, you've gotten so vulgar. No, I haven't gotten vulgar. I've been there. Been there a long time, Candace. I don't know why I always reference Candace. It's like I'm talking to one of my children. I mean, like, and I don't mean that in a demeaning or condescending way,
No, it's
but I
'cause-
just care about her in that way.
was
It's
gonna
just
say-
no. It's because you know she disapproves.
Check and balance kind of deal.
You're trying to defend you're trying to justify because you see
Yes.
the look of disapproval on
She
her
does
face.
disapprove, but I think she's over it. Let's talk about her like she's not in the room. It's like, I think she's over it. She's gotten callous. She's got a
become
pretty
immune
thick
to it.
hide, but Mexicans do that, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
If it wasn't for people of color, who would we make fun of, really? I mean, you know.
You're welcome.
mean,
Whiter
let's
people.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Chance. Look at Chance.
Sorry, Chance.
He's translucent.
We were
I
trying
love
to take
that
the
guy.
brunt for you.
I love that guy. He's basically see-through. Your kids try to color you? They try to stay in the lines? But Donald Trump goes in, right? 150,000 people. And what happens? Jim Acosta's there. And Jim Acosta starts trading barbs with the president. Because this guy, he's as much of an attention whore as Donald Trump is. And I'll say it, Donald Trump is an attention whore. From one attention whore to another, I can recognize it. I understand narcissism. I've seen it. I don't know why you ugly people project that on me with your insecurities. But it's true. Me and Donald. Listen, Donnie's hair is on point. I don't care what anybody says. That hair is fwaff. Fwaff. You know what fwaff is?
No, I didn't even
We
know that
made
was
that
a
word
word.
up in college. It's a way of saying spectacular, like, ooh, that girl's so hot. We go, fwaff. You know how on Wayne's World they go, swing? We had fwaff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just make up words to fit your.
We
need.
made up words. And we also made up moo, M-U. Like, that was in high school. We were like, smell like meow. Like, if somebody was, like, nasty, like, they smell like meow. So we had our own little vocabulary.
Is that short for manure?
We just meow. It wasn't short for anything. We just made up a word, M-U. Meow. It was our little code.
So what did
weirdo.
Acosta?
So Jim Acosta, who's an attention whore, another narcissist, and Trump got onto him.
This was
right?
in India.
Yeah. So this was on Tuesday, press conference. Trump told him he should be ashamed. And, of course, he blasted CNN. Fake news. Fake news. Costa asked Trump if he would accept foreign interference in the upcoming election and how he could justify replacing Joseph McGuire as acting director of national intelligence. The president didn't appreciate the two-part question. He says, first of all, I wish I could do a Trump impersonation. I could do Bernie, but I can't do. He said, first of all, I want no help from any country, and I haven't been given help from any country. And, folks, he hasn't. He hasn't. This is such a farce at this point. It is so dumb. Stop saying it. Did Russia interfere in our elections? Yes, they will again. But that doesn't mean he willingly accepted help from them. They're going to do it again. We interfere in their elections.
They also sowed discord and they supported also Hillary too and Bernie. Like it wasn't just
Right.
Trump.
Right.
They
But
just
a-
want chaos.
But the president of the United States is on foreign soil, and you have a U.S., journalist over there asking dumbass questions
Harassing
like
him.
that,
Mhm.
harassing him on. And India is a very important country to the U.S. right now. Why? Because of everything going on in China.
Mm-hmm.
We import and export more stuff. I mean, right up there close to China.
Well, I want to tell you more about what Acosta said in a minute, but first of all, I care about you, so I'm going to tell you this. And it's shocking that your home can be stolen as easily as it can. Your home can be stolen. That's the brutal lesson that Deborah learned when thieves found her home's title online, forged it, literally took ownership of her home. They stole Glenn Beck's home. They did.
They did.
A former FBI agent came and said, here it is. He stole his title. He showed him. He said, all I have to do is sign this. Glenn Beck,
Yeah,
of all
they
people.
forged his name, and they could have filed it, and it would have been
the whole thing
done.
In an instant. Thieves legally owned Deborah's home, and she got evicted. Spent a fortune in legal fees trying to get it back. Lost $85,000 in escrow. FBI calls home title fraud one of the fastest-growing crimes, and you do not want to be next. That's why I urge you to protect the online title to your home with Home Title Lock. The legal documents to our homes are kept online where thieves hunt them. They forge them. They take the documents that state you sold your home, and then they borrow against your home, and they stick you with the payments. No insurance or bank is going to protect you from that. Home Title Lock does. You could already be a victim of title fraud, and you might not even know it. So I want you to go to HomeTitleLock.com. Enter the code CHAD for 1 month free of protection. Who knows? You might already be a victim. They'll tell you if you are. So get the 1 month free. Go to HomeTitleLock.com, HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code CHAD. We'll be right back. You want to know where I am right now? You say, well, you're in Studio 22. We have an ongoing thing when we're on YouTube. Steve, you've seen it, because I try to watch with everybody when it airs on YouTube, when it's live. Candace doesn't, but I do. You know why, Candace? I care about your work. I want to see your work. And so when I comment, there was a troll on there once upon a time who said, this isn't really Chad.
Fake
How can
Chad.
he be talking and be commenting, this is fake, this is a fake Chad? And I was like, okay. And then I even commented, I said, well, I'm about to say this. And they were like, no, I was like, okay. Well, fake Chad tells the future. He's telepathic, apparently. So now when I go on there, everybody, when I comment, I'm like, hey, everybody, happy Monday or Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever. And they're like, oh, it's fake Chad,
call you
fake
fake
Chad,
Chad.
fake Chad.
I do
Everybody's
it too.
fake
I call you fake Chad on there too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I got called fake the other day when I was on one of my YouTube
Yeah, but for
premieres.
different reasons.
Well, that's fair. But I mean, they were
Because
like,
a lot of you is plastic and silicone.
it's not. Don't perpetuate this rumor.
Candace. A lot going on here.
How much is a photo of your feet going for these days?
A lot of hard work. I don't know, but I would like to get in on it.
Yeah.
I guess someone told me just the other day again, you're on WikiFeet. I'm like, I got it.
That's disgusting.
I got it. Look, here you can see
you got the bossy second toe.
a peep. Do I?
Yeah, it's a little bit longer. It just kind of hangs out there.
But it's being crushed right now.
It just kind of hangs out there like like you girls, y'all ruin your feet with these shoes.
It's true, we do.
Y'all do. I mean, that's why your toes are all crushed in, because
I know.
it's like the Japanese princesses. You know, they used to bind their feet when they were babies, and they'd bend them over and bind them so their feet's folded, because that was the whole idea, so they could wear small shoes so their feet would look smaller, but they couldn't walk, so they had to be carried everywhere.
Oh.
They were in their little carriages, and they put them up on their shoulders. Because that was the
Solid give and
attractive
take.
thing. But I mean,
foot
imagine that
binding
girl
still
kicking
goes
off
on
them
today.
shoes on your wedding night. I mean, that'd be like freaky. I'm like, whoa, girl, what can you do with that? You know?
Put it to good use.
Have you ever read what's that geisha book? The Last Geisha. What was it?
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Memoirs of a Geisha. You ever read that book?
I
didn't
haven't.
see the movie, but it was a fantastic book. It was a fantastic book. I would sometimes I read books and I read everything. Sometimes I read books and I don't want to see the movie because that's gonna mess it up.
Oh, like if the book is really good,
But yeah,
you don't
like
want
if
to see.
it's so good. Like Dennis Lehane books, like Mystic River and Shutter Island and various others that Dennis Lehane's written.
Those made series.
Like they put Ben Affleck in the Cuban, Florida, whatever that movie was. Like that was a fantastic book, and they made Ben Affleck, who's retarded play the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I just watched this. I rented this on Apple TV for $4.99. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just love the books. Like, my time, I'm going to get back into Jim Acosta in a minute because he's a prick. Hard-hitting. I look forward every night to reading. That's my time. That's me. Who are you talking to?
I was just sent
Who
a
are you
picture.
texting, Sarah?
I was sent a picture of my cat. And
Sarah, you were sent a picture of your cat?
I was deleting the notification.
You're a hot cat lady. I'll say that.
Thank you.
We should change her
There's
name.
there's not many of us.
Her cat has a heart murmur. It's having an echocardiogram.
It's true. Tomorrow.
You said put the cat down.
That's not what I said.
Oh, yes, he did. He said, oh, I've got 2 bullets in the
No,
gun
that's
and
not
just
what I
take care
said.
of that deal.
I said where I come from. 22
We
bullets.
buried it up to its neck and run over it with a lawnmower.
No, not that. That's cruel.
Yeah, that's cruel and unusual. That's
I
weird,
like outside
PETA.
cats, like barn cats, but not
I like
inside.
cats.
I don't like inside the house cats.
I do like cats.
You'll meet my cat and you'll
My
like him.
wife
He's a cat
lost
dog.
my cat on purpose.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Are you one of those people that let your cat out at night in a
No.
neighborhood?
My cat, Cotton, may rest in peace. God only knows what he's doing these days. It's been years. Cotton used to enjoy going out and spending half an hour with the dogs in the backyard. He'd go
Okay.
out there and play with the dogs.
Mhm.
And then we'd let him back in. He'd wait at the door. At exactly 30 minutes, he'd come back in.
Wow.
I went in one morning, and the cat wasn't there. And I went back in, and I asked Jade, I said, where is Cotton? And she goes, oh, I let him out yesterday, and I didn't let him back in. Cotton was AWOL.
Oh,
He was
no.
gone. Do you think Jade put up a poster? Like, call this number if you see this cat?
I'm going to guess
Hell
no.
Now, let me explain to you the significance of the name Cotton. I gave her that cat on our 2nd anniversary, which is the Cotton anniversary. So I gave her a little kitten, pretty little kitten.
Oh.
She's never lost a Tiffany's bag. She's never lost a diamond bracelet. She's never lost pearl earrings. She lost that damn cat.
Oh.
She lost my damn cat. And I'm not over it.
Maybe she wasn't fond of your
Now I'm
2-year
not over
anniversary.
it.
She was not fond of it at all. But I like cats. Right?
Yeah.
I like dogs. I like cows.
I like cows.
I don't get to bring one of those home. But I have some on another piece of property. I want one in the backyard. And the reason I want one in the backyard is because my dogs bark when anything is going on. And I've had to teach my wife, to not get onto the dogs or scold them whenever they bark, because that is their job. So whenever somebody's walking by the fence, they let them know they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Just yesterday, we have the pest control people who come out there and spray the yard, and they're quite annoying because they knock and they ring and they knock and they ring, and I'm just trying to sleep an extra hour. They haven't called to let me know they're coming. Steve, that is what they call the coronavirus. You just sprayed
It
all
was a
over
little
the pub.
sneeze, and I covered it.
So then they start trying to, they start, I can see them on my cameras outside the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they start walking around the back. And sure as whatever, Willie's like, they can hear him. and so him, and I'm like, that's my boy. You chew that dick. Bop. Anyway, Glenn Beck's. You think Glenn's ever said dick on the air?
No.
Probably not.
No.
I love Glenn Beck. Our families are getting together.
Are they?
Yeah, we are.
Wow.
We're gonna hang at the bunker. Listen, what are you shaking your head for? You don't watch this show. So, anyway, our neighbor behind us, she gets bothered when the dogs bark, and she'll text Jade. And so Jade gets nervous when the dogs start barking. So she immediately, she'll get out of bed, she'll go in there and she goes, good job. But then she'll text. And I'm like, please have her text me. Because her kids swim in the pool at night. They play basketball out back at night. I can hear their music.
Mm-hmm. I thought she had a case, but no, she does not. I don't feel bad for her anymore.
I can hear it all night long.
Yeah.
Into 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, why don't you text her?
Because I don't care. I don't care. It's
so
kids being kids.
Can you sleep through it?
Yeah, but I'm like, it's kids being kids.
Yeah.
Just like dogs being dogs. Like, mind your own.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it up. There's other neighborhood dogs that bark. You know why my dogs bark in the middle of the night? You've heard them.
Other dogs bark.
That and coyotes.
Coyotes. Oh.
And coyotes that are off in the woods. Yeah. What are we going, 10 minutes? 12? Okay. I have more to say.
How long do the dogs have to bark for your neighbor to text? Is it just like a very quick, or is it an ongoing?
She texts whenever. And Ann, if you're watching, I love you, but stop. She does it when they bark early in the morning.
Okay.
Which is valid. But, I mean, I don't text her at 2 a.m.
Right.
Or 1 a.m.
Those
So
should
if they
cancel
bark
each
at
other
6
out.
a.m., when the sun comes up, the dogs are going to bark a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Go about 30 seconds. You know, if the fire truck
that's
goes
not
by,
bad.
they're going to howl.
Yeah.
That's because they're going to, they got to join forces.
But the
and
fire
they
truck,
do, man.
the fire truck's already woken you up, though.
Yeah.
So it's not the dog's fault.
Yeah.
It's the fire truck's fault.
Well, when I hear the fire truck, I wake up to see if Jade's cooking. True story. The fire department has come. I honestly think at this point Jade sets stuff on fire just so the fire guys will come. I mean,
pretty solid
what
strategy.
girl does it, right?
And she cooks
solid
naked,
strategy.
so that's kind of
Yeah,
maybe there's something there.
maybe. She answers the door naked too. She takes the kid to school without a bra on. Does that bother you?
Doesn't bother me at all.
Doesn't bother me either.
Which school?
There he is. No, she does. Like every morning, she'll get up, whatever, and takes him to school, 7 o'clock, and drops him off. She never wears a bra. I'm like, what if you're in an accident? Does that bother you at all? Doesn't bother her.
Do the same thing.
Nah, it is what it is.
It's fine.
I don't believe in bras. My heart was opened up to that reality in Paris, of all places, in 1995. Parisian girls in the airport wearing V-neck T-shirts and no bra. I liked it. It's a fantastic thing.
Really?
I mean, why is it that, like, man nipples don't turn you on? Like, girls don't get turned on by man nipples. Like, Steve,
Do you
you'll
know
back
why?
me up. Chance, I'm not going to put Chance on the spot, but, like, we want to see all the boobs.
Okay, the reason is guys can walk around anytime with no shirt on, and so
It's not
True.
taboo.
It's
Yeah.
not taboo. It's nothing. If girls walked around like that, it wouldn't take very long. And I've been to countries where topless beaches and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
It's kind of
it was really cool at first. But then
You ever
after,
been to a nudist colony?
I've never been to a nudist
10
colony.
seconds. We got to get out of here. But and we're going to come back. So just hold your nipples. The most disgusting thing you'll ever see is on a nudist colony. We'll talk more about that when we come back. So anyway, now that you have that image in your head, let's get back to Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta, of course, he told, President Trump told Acosta, like, this shouldn't happen on an international stage. If you see what CNN, your wonderful network, said, I guess they apologized in a way. Didn't they apologize for the fact they said certain things that weren't true? Tell me, what was their apology yesterday? What did they say? And Acosta said, Mr. President, I think our record on delivering the truth is a lot better than yours sometimes. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. Trump said, your record is so bad that you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You've probably the worst record in the history of broadcasting. Oh, he said, as far as McGuire is concerned, he's a terrific guy, but on March 11th, his time ended anyway. His time came up, so we would have had to, by statute, we would have had to change him anyway. So, yeah. So then Acosta asked if the acting director of National Intelligence, who's gay, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Trump has somebody that works for him that's gay?
In the role
What a
of
homophobe.
the director of national intelligence. So look, when you start talking about collusion and Russia and interference, all that, don't be a homophobe. Don't be a homophobe. There's a gay man at the helm, okay? And gay people and people of color do no wrong. They do no wrong. And women's most of the time, right?
Oh, yeah. Got two of those
you got
nailed.
2 out of 3.
Nailed.
And I'm not so certain that I wouldn't bet against you doing the third at least once in your life. So, yes, we're talking to 5 different people right now. I think all people that you know, all people that you respect, and I'll make a decision probably over the next week or 2 weeks. We have some very good people, probably the best people on the planet. You didn't say that. I said that. Acosta said about McGuire, was he forced out because he wasn't sufficiently loyal? I hate that guy.
He's the worst.
He really is. I mean, come on, dude. You just know. And honestly, Trump just responds to the ribbing, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just imagine traveling all that way to India just to harass the president.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do it enough in your own country.
To India. I had Montezuma's revenge. Well, it wasn't Montezuma. It was King David's revenge, whatever you want to call it in India. I had Gandhi's revenge. God, you want to talk about getting the shits, man. You eat that curry? I can't eat curry to this day.
Because of that?
No, because I was in Nigeria and I had curried chicken, and I got dysentery.
Oh.
And I almost died. I lost 20 pounds in 3 days.
Wow, that's quite a diet
weight loss plan. Yeah.
People say, well, that ain't physically possible. Oh, I did it. I lost 20 pounds in 3 days. You don't think you can get rid of that much water weight? Brother, I was dry. Then they knocked me out for another 2 days with Finnegan. I was in the middle of nowhere.
I can't believe you survived.
I almost died.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
20
kidding.
pounds in 3 days sounds like it.
Thank God I was traveling with doctors.
Yeah.
I was in Little Gombe, Nigeria, which is nowhere. Flat, sub-Saharan. I had to walk 100 yards from the house to the outhouse all night long.
Jeez.
And I was like, please, God, send a lion. There's really no lions in Nigeria. Little ones. They're like dogs.
Aww.
I was like, send one to kill me. Please, can I run into a boomslang, which is the second most poisonous snake on the planet? They are in Nigeria. To just kill me. Put me out of my misery. And the outhouse, which was kind of genius, it was built like a shell. It was like a snail shell. It went circled in. And you know how when you're like nauseous and you're on the toilet and you pull the trash can up? Well, I was in sub-Saharan Africa, so I just shit and puked at the same time, right there on the ground. It was amazing.
Oh.
I almost died. Candace, you want to talk about dehydrated? To this day, like I went in there. These were little missionaries who were staying at their house, a little mud hut, literally in the middle of nowhere. The stars were so bright you could just reach up and grab them. They were from New Zealand. Sweet little couple. And I got up and I went into the kitchen. I was so sick and so thirsty, and they had a Sprite. And they had cups made of tin, little metal cups. And I'd try to drink out of the cup, right? To this day, I can't put a metal anything to my mouth.
Really?
This was 1996. This was January 1996. To this day, I can't put metal in my mouth.
So you can't do a Moscow Mule?
No.
Wow.
God, no. Oh, honest to God, it turns my stomach
You're
to
like,
watch people
"Ugh."
drink them.
Really?
I cannot put a metal anything in my mouth.
I think you have PTSD.
Almost died.
I know.
Almost died. When they finally gave
not
me that
joking.
shot of Finnegan, I slept for 2 days. Didn't wake up for 2 days. They basically put me in a coma. I was done. I have pictures of myself of how emaciated I was. I was already pretty thin. I mean, you're in your 20s. You're skinny, thin. Well, you weren't, but the you were a fat ass.
I mean, until
were
I
you
was
or
like,
not?
I was.
Okay, then shut up.
Not all
but
of
I
my
was pretty
20s,
skinny.
thank you.
I was fit, man. I was reasonably fit, and then I lost all this weight. Now I have a big head, so I kind of look like a spoon, you know. Lost all this weight.
Fit right in, just the wrong color.
Yeah, exactly. I miss those guys, man. Those Nigerians, they're racist.
This has been Story Time with Chad Prather.
So suck it, Jim Acosta.
He's the worst.
He needs to get dysentery.
Well, nobody's watching CNN anyway, so that's the only way they can get some,
Let me explain to you how true that is. And first of all, let me go back and make sure I made my point. I had curried chicken that day, so I don't eat curry anymore. Brian Stelter recently here's his numbers for his show. He is such a prick. He is such a thumb-looking, dirty Q-tip.
He looks like a
headed-
penis.
He's just, I don't know what
Yeah, I said it.
penises you've been looking at, but if I saw one that looked like Brian Stelter. Lots of jokes. 85,000 people. That's all that we're watching.
No.
85,000 people.
We get more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. CNN's fell off it's way down there on the.
Wow.
85,000 people watching Brian Stelter's show. That's nobody. On CNN, are you kidding me? This guy is a joke.
That's incredible.
I would quit.
He's too prideful for that.
Yeah.
I used to watch.
You know what I enjoyed? I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
I was saying I used to watch CNN. I'd watch Como when he was in the morning. This is before Donald Trump.
Fredo.
Yeah, Fredo.
He can't say the name.
Just
call him
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Green.
Cuomo.
However you say it. Cuomo.
Chris
I don't know. CUOMA or something. I don't MO. It doesn't matter.
It
but
doesn't matter.
No.
I enjoyed that
Fredo.
show. I enjoyed that show. And now I flip it over to the morning show on CNN, and they're just it's just so drab.
I can't
and
do it.
negative, and just there's no life. There's no energy.
It's
in the
not
show.
only that, they don't report the actual important things. They spend an hour and a half on Trump tweets.
Well, Trump makes some money.
But if they
makes
would
some
at
money.
least, if they would brighten it up and make the negative positive, it would be enjoyable. It's not nothing.
I don't need my news to be enjoyable. I just need it to be important.
I just want my news.
Yeah.
And again, I hate being the prophet that I am sometimes because I am a prophet.
It's a tough life.
And I said it 25 years ago. There's no way 24/7 news cycles can last without it creating a problem, and that's what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I said it almost 30 years ago in an outhouse while I was shitting.
I don't want to turn on the news and it's just boring.
Well, no, but I don't need a
my
positive,
news. Like okay, the way
uplifting-
NPR or BBC gives the news, I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like just give me or Town Hall, just give me the news.
But
Tell
give me the
what's
importance.
going on.
Yeah, the important
I don't need you to fancy it up. I don't need you to do anything.
I don't need that either. But when everything is done from an angle of let's see how drabby and
so
sad
people
we
ask
can,
me all the time.
pathetic we can make it.
People ask me all the time, where do I get my news sources?
The news and why it matters.
I get it from the news and why it matters. A lot of times, I don't know what happened in the day until I get my news from Twitter, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I do too.
I go find out what's going on, and then if it's something that's worthwhile, I will investigate it, right? But I do watch the news and why it matters because it's solid analysis of what happened in that day in the top headlines. My favorite show. It's my favorite show on the Blaze. No, I'm serious. I love it even more than this one.
No.
Well,
Now I know you're lying.
no, I do love that show.
It's
I
fun.
love being on that show.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun show.
We're doing 10 or 12.
That's what we do for you, Steve.
Yeah.
We bring you the news, and we don't
doing
try
10
to
or
make
12.
it
Yeah, but
drab. We make
it's
it
just
fun.
not. Yeah, it doesn't have to be fun.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have to be just so negative.
Why you gotta
drabby.
be so gay?
And what
Why
I
you
am.
need your news like that, man?
I just need my news.
You know the National Intelligence Director is gay.
Don't care.
Pete Buttigieg and Don Lemon, they wanted to get it on the other night on CNN. It was like sick, dude. I was like, I don't care. Like, did you even know who Don Lemon was 3 years ago? Trump made that guy.
Yeah.
Brian Stelter. You watched that crap.
Yeah.
You watched Chris Cuomo?
Yeah.
What a douche.
He turned that way. He used to be
well,
Trump.
Trump does that to
He
people.
he used
at
to
Chase.
like
He has.
Trump. They had a good relationship, and ran for president. And all of a sudden, he just
Well, it's good for rate. It's good for money. What
it was, but
No
apparently
one's-
it didn't
no
work for
one's watching
CNN.
it.
Yeah, not really.
I don't know. That's
really.
We've
odd
talked more about CNN
profit
today on
strategy.
this show than
We've never really talked
Yeah.
about CNN. They're cats. Speaking of cats that chase the laser pointer,
Yeah.
that's what they do. I don't know. Of course you're going to vote for Trump. I mean, of course you're going to vote for Trump.
already did.
Why? But shut
In
up,
the
Steve.
primary.
But why wouldn't you vote for Donald Trump? He doesn't have to please your senses. His hair's on point, though. That hair is tight, Candace.
Is your life good right now?
My life is look. I said it earlier this week when we had all these country singers in here sitting at the bar. We are a throwaway commodity, right? You don't have to have us. We're not morticians. We're not surgeons. You can cancel your subscription at any time. You don't have to come to a live show. I encourage you to do it. Go to watchchad.com and find me. But people are doing it.
Yep.
They're filling up auditoriums. You know why? Because the economy is good. It's so good.
Disposable income.
Yep.
I got to go, man. My Rolex is going to be sitting on the front porch. I got to get out of here. We'll be right back. I'm just chill today, you know?
Yeah.
Picking on Candace a little bit. Chance, Steve, thank you for sitting in
Of course.
yesterday and today and just
It's
hanging
been a
out.
while.
You're my work wife.
I am.
You're my work wife. I don't care if your husband hears me say it. I'll say it in front of
He's
him.
heard you say it.
I know.
Doesn't bother him.
I love you so much.
I know. I love
do.
you.
You encourage me.
I try.
We text one another and no, we're not staying horned.
No.
No, it's not like that. It's like sister love,
Yes.
sibling love. I love him that way. I've slept in the same bed with that man,
A couple of times.
naked.
You send him nudes too?
No, he's seen it. He's seen it firsthand. You know who I appreciate? I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate those of you. You know why it matters to me? Because Candace and Chance and Candace and Mark and Candace, they work so hard. They do. They really do.
Yeah.
This is a quality podcast. This is a quality show. You can have fun. You can hang out. You can chill. And you can actually learn something. Or at least get an opinion. You can disagree with it. We're happy for you to disagree. I don't even agree with myself all the time. You know? I mean, it's not Glenn Beck. That's boring. And Glenn's a hell of a storyteller.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a storyteller. Just, it takes him a long time to do it.
That's what happens when you be on
seeing if
radio.
I can put you on the spot. I love you, Glenn. Our families are getting together. I don't know if you knew that.
I had heard that recently.
Oh, Glenn. No, Steve. Just know I can read your mind. No, you're not
like,
coming, Steve. Can you
Glenn
imagine
didn't
Steve
ask
at Glenn Beck's
if I
house?
was
No.
coming hanging out.
No. That would be a disaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You saying I can't hang with Glenn?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go sit in his office when we get through with here, and me and him are going to hang out.
I have never sat in Glenn's office with Glenn.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, it's
never.
very intimidating.
I don't get intimidated.
All right.
I'm going to go
saying.
sit in there.
Okay.
I mean, Glenn's a big guy. I don't know if people realize. Glenn's
Will
a big guy.
somebody preoccupy that Irish security guy
Craig?
for a little while?
Craig's like,
I wasn't going to say his
Scottish.
name.
No, he said, I heard you said my name on the show. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, son of a bitch, I've been 37 years under the radar, and you said my name.
Glenn said his name the other
I
day.
know. Listen, we got to get out of here. Go to watchchad.com, get all the fun stuff. Thank you for tuning in, and subscribe, rate us. We love you. God bless. We'll talk to you next time.